doing? I take it we're live, judging by the bloops and the bleeps, I think. Come on, tablet. You're gonna cooperate with me? Yes, you are. Alright. We're live! Yes, here we are, and, well... it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been, you know, screaming to you live, all by my lonesome. And, well, there's a game I've been wanting to talk to you about, but on accounts of us doing a Linux gaming podcast, Dark Souls doesn't really fit. I guess you can imagine why. You need wine to run it. It's, there's never even been, like, any inklings of Linux. So, yeah. It's a heretic thing, but I like Dark Souls. I like the first one. And this is Dark Souls 2. Now, honestly, I'm just meandering about, trying to, you know, find something to do before I finish the game, because I have what I need to get what I need to get to the final boss. But I'm trying to get, like, all the neat things before I go. There's a bit of DLC that I started, but I haven't finished. There's a couple of bits of DLC I haven't even started. So, I think we're going to be doing one of those while I tell you all about Dark Souls 2. Now, much like myself, Dark Souls 2 is like the black sheep of the Dark Souls family. The story is like an interim between the first Dark Souls and Dark Souls 3, which makes sense. It's the game that came out in between. But there is, well, if you're a story fanboy, as it were, why did I do that? If you're a story fanboy, you really do not care about Dark Souls 2, because the story it tells is completely irrelevant to the big, you know, overarching thing that's going on with Dark Souls, which is the story of linking the fire. Now, there are some tidbits of story here and there, and this being Dark Souls, they don't tell you any of them. You're gonna have to go looking for them if you want them. But it's, well, it's completely irrelevant. There's really no other word for it. And if you're wondering, yes, I've been here before. I have been through most of the major areas in the game. And this one is fun because they play around with, like, the ghosts. Because usually when you see one of those semi-transparent things, like that dude at the end there, those are usually just other players that you get a little bit of a glimpse of what they're doing. It's to tell you that yes, you're online, and yes, you can play with other people if you find their summoning signs and whatnot. But no, those are enemies, and you can't lock onto them, so it makes combat that bit extra hard. And I completely forgot. I was in Majula, and I meant to level up, but whatever. And of course, the usual messages on the ground from other players, and the pools of blood that show how they died. He rolls, and he dead. So, the story of Dark Souls 1 is about how the lords forged the world from the flames. At first, there was nothing. There was only grayness. The everlasting dragons and the world that they lived in were all gray. There was no disparity, no life, no death, no light, no dark. It was just an existence. Oh, and we can actually start the bit of DLC. Neat. Time to get my ass kicked. But within underground, people found the flame, and the flame gave them life and death. gave them light and dark, and the brighter the flame, the darker the shadow that it creates. And each of the lords has like their own, it has their own attribute. You have Gwyn, which was the final boss of Dark Souls 1. He was the Lord of Light. You had the furtive pygmy. I will not turn back. Yes, I'm here to kick the chaos ass. So, Gwyn symbolized light. The pygmy symbolized dark. And the pygmy is like the big character, even though we never really see him, because his soul was what created the Dark Soul, the titular Dark Soul. And it gave birth to humans, and it gave birth to the undead. Because when the first flame started to fade, because, you know, it's a flame, it's going to fade eventually. Yeah, okay. No, that one's on me. Okie dokes. Why didn't you do it? I'm about to die. Okay. Okay. Right. Such a small shield caused me so many issues. Yeah, so the pygmy created humans, and us as the protagonists of Dark Souls, we are humans. We are the descendants of the Dark Soul, so to speak. And Dark Souls 2, instead of telling the story of, you know, the world, of how things are the way they are, they do some of that, granted. But the focus of this one is actually on the characters. Especially your character, like, hero of the land. You came to Lord Ran to, no, Lord Ran was the first one. You came to Drank Lake to recover your memories. There was, why is that person there? And is that a person, or just another thing waiting to kill me? Lesser foe ahead. Okay, it is waiting to kill me. It's just being very surreptitious about it. Nothing? Okay. No? No? Okay. So, with the first flame, the thing that brought life into the world, fading, the Witch of Izalith tried to use her own flame, the Flame of Life, to bring about like, she tried to revive the first flame using her own flame, and that didn't go so well, and it created perhaps the worst boss fight in the game, the first game, called the Bed of Chaos. And this looks like an illusory wall, but it doesn't seem to be, so, alright. Bed of Chaos was just a terrible, terrible boss fight. There's, I don't think there's a single redeeming quality to it, to be honest. Some people will disagree and say, oh, but the lore, yeah, but it's stupid. Yes, let's not go down. Let's stay up here. And in Dark Souls 2, well, there are its share of crappy boss fights. Though you can usually, I think they were aware of this, so they gave you an option to, you know, summon help. Even if it's not a player, they give you a lot more NPC choices for you to summon to help you when fighting a boss. And this... Why aren't you attacking? Yeah. I can never trust enemies that don't attack you. Hello. How about you? You wanna come fight me? Hello? Yes. Alright. Let's go fight over here where you can't shoot at me. Sound good? Okay, let's hit this time, shall we? That hit poorly. I see how this goes. Now I am using the majestic greatsword, aka the greatsword that you knew from the first game as the Sword of Artorias, the knight who went to the abyss and won, but that wasn't exactly the case because, well, he fell to the abyss. He was defeated, and the person who actually survives the abyss and saves Princess Dusk of Ulasil is the protagonist, the chosen undead. Thank you. Okay. But in Dark Souls 2, we're not chosen. We just came here because, well, we were undead, we're starting to lose our memories, and we have no idea what to do. So here we are. So, for a character that doesn't have a whole lot going for them, this game seems to really want to tell us about it and make a big deal of how impressive we are right off the gate. Sure, there's the scene with the firekeepers, and they kind of mock you for being undead. As they would. And, well, I guess that's part of the Dark Souls 2 story, is that the person who was supposed to link the fire before we got here, King Vendrick, he decided not to. Okay, I'm gonna die at this rate. And dodge. You know, I got a place where you can shove that spear. Okay, my bad. Yeah. So King Vendrick refused to link the fire. He got a bit scared of the humans, like Gwyn before him, and he started to herd them and corral them to a specific place. And he started running experiments on them. Then the giants attacked because the queen, Nashandra, and spoilers, she's the final boss, she told her that, oh, across the sea there are giants who want to kill us. And this seems like a very conspicuous dead end, but whatever. Let's try to stay close to the wall, so... Okay, never mind that plan. Rightio. Nashandra warned the king of the giants, and the king went to the land of the giants and kicked their asses, and then started running experiments on them. He wasn't the only one, of course. There were kings of other lands who tried to do the same thing. One even created a dragon. Which... was it Vendrick who created the dragon? I honestly don't remember now, but... whatever the case may be, the dragons weren't ideal. They were fake dragons, they were created from the souls of giants, and it started a generation of degenerate dragons, so to speak. The wyverns and the weaker dragons. In the land of Drangleic, they all came from those experiments, and this I was hoping was a bonfire, but it's not. Kinda need the bonfire. Okay, my bad. Should have seen that coming. And there's a big thing about dragons. You even go to the Shrine of Amana, which is filled with those degenerate dragons. Oh look, 2 more of these. What are you people? And why aren't you attacking me? I'm pretty sure it's one of those trick enemies that only attack you when you attack them. Which, yeah, fine, fair enough. Hello. You look like a mini-boss type of thing. But that was actually easier. Okay. So how do we open the chests? Not like that? Silence ahead. Visions of message. Yes, self-referential messages. Error. I guess the chest's only open when we get rid of the foggy mist. Let's go find the source of the foggy mist then. Hello. There's an item on that corpse. And not much else. Ah well. The game seems to be leading us down here, so let's indulge it. I'd rather not get attacked here. No? Okay. Hello. Dark clutch ring. No other enemies. Okay, let's see what the dark clutch ring does. Increases dark attack. Okay. Alright. That's actually going to be useful for a boss fight later on for me. Well, yeah, Dark Souls 2. I've gotten so sidetracked it's not even pretty. Is the red-headed stepchild of Dark Souls. Hi, Arthurian. Because people are saying, yeah, the story doesn't matter, the story this, the story that. Well, I'm kind of a pseudo-purist of video games, and I don't really care about the story of Dark Souls, to be honest. What I like is the gameplay. Dark Souls 2 basically took the gameplay from Dark Souls 1 and refined it. And it made... well, it made combat better, it made everything... Wait, the bridge is out, so how the hell do I get to the other side? Okay. Alright. Yeah, as I was saying, the mechanics of Dark Souls are very much like, hey Jill, are very much like, trying to find a good example. Half-Life 2-ish? You had Half-Life 1, which was a great game. Not going to argue that, but Half-Life 2 was the better game. Undisputed. At least in my opinion. Okay, you two. Alright, let's take a tactical retreat. And while in Dark Souls 2 everything was very janky, very buggy, because it was a really shitty port, the PC version. And to the point where, well, it's basically the game that catapulted Durante to the modding scene. Well, I say modding, he basically fixed the entire game for the developers. But yeah, he did a really good job of it. And I guess the developers learned, because Dark Souls 2, well, it runs a hell of a lot better to start with. Instead of using the one thread and nothing else, you actually have proper CPU usage. You can actually put the GPU Admittedly, it's not a very graphically intensive game as far as GPU consumption goes. But... yeah, I deserve that. Okay, fine, it'll be that way. It uses the CPU a hell of a lot better than Dark Souls 1 did. I remember trying to play Dark Souls 1 and even trying to stream Dark Souls 1 with the FX 8370E, and it was just not having it. It was really, really bad. But Dark Souls 2 works, and it works really well, even in wine, like I am playing right now. I'm using the wine staging version. I can't remember if it's 3.4 or 3.5, which Strider so courteously provides in the Lutris repository. Thank you for that, Strider. Very much appreciated. And well, the game runs really, really well. What were you doing here all alone? That's right. I am starting to run out of Estus. And hold on. Well, it's going to be Strider. It's going to be Stupid Game from Feral, and then it's going to be Tomb Raider, also from Feral. But yeah, it's what's it called? I know the subtitle is Before the Storm, but I can't. The game where you play protagonist Pants, and I can't. I don't remember. But yeah, I like Dark Souls 1 a lot. There was a lot to like to it. It was basically a 3D Life is Strange. Thank you, Arthur. It was like a 3D version of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It was like... I better read these messages. Torch required. Fire required. Okay. Torch has opened the door. Gotcha. Let's fire up a torch then. Oh. We can't fire up a torch while the blizzard is going. Okay. Okay. Alright. That's fair. Yeah, Feral, you know, for all their shortcomings and their just how CPU bound their games are, they bring a lot of games to Linux. A lot of high production value games, the so-called AAA. Ah, there's the frickin' bonfire. Now I regret having used that life gem. But okay, bonfire. Right. Pretty sure I went right by its entrance and I did not see it. Where is this? Come on. And he's still alive. Aspire and VP, I have good memories of them back when they released stuff. Only you would have good memories of virtual programming, Strider. Only you. In any case. I wonder if killing those things gets rid of the fog, mist, blizzard thing. Yeah. How about you? You gonna attack me? Yes, you are. Should have guessed from the fact that I could walk onto you. Oh, well played. Did not see that coming. I was expecting the big Macy type attack that they do. Yes. Hi. How about you? You want to dance? Let's dance. Okay. Okay, those arrows don't deal that much damage. That's good to know. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't kill her. Okay. Alright. I almost killed that one. Right. Am I? Yeah, no wonder you're just trying to fight me from afar. You suck! Yeah, who's your daddy? No follow through, no follow through! Yeah. Remember kids, no trash talking unless you have a follow through. Pull back. Okay, there's nothing here. Surprised that message wasn't like a pointless or tight spot. Although there may be a tight spot up here. Ring ahead, therefore try left. Okay, here. And then if we go left, very good message. I'm going to give you a little rating. Whoever left that message, much appreciated. Okay, so what now? This place again, left. Yes, we've been down there. Here? Oh, here. Right. Okay. Dark Dance. That's a spell. What does Dark Dance do? I have a lot of spells and I don't really use them. There it is. Okay. Hex that converts souls into a large mess of dark. I told you about the dark. This momentous mess of dark dances to signal the joy of its own release, or perhaps merely to taunt the foes it veers towards them. And it's a hex, and you need a chime to cast it. Okay. You totally need to kill these to get rid of the fog, don't you? Let's keep going. And yes, I know there was a bit at the back I didn't go to, but it's, you know. Yeah, no, Strider, that would be awesome. Not an illusory wall. Okay, let's try the other walls too. Because this game likes to do that. In the first Dark Souls, that's one of the big differences when it comes to game mechanics. In the first Dark Souls, all the secret doors were places you could bash or roll through and they would reveal themselves. A passage or something else. There's a knight and it's coming our way. Okie dokie. You got a bit of a wind up on that one. And a very big wind up for that one, so now I get to kill you. Okay. How about this door? Does not open from this side. What does the message say? Not here. Fair enough. Hello. You're going to shoot me with things, aren't you? So I'm gonna run away. And I can pull this lever to open the gate, maybe? Yes, indeed. And what's behind door number 1? Nothing. Well, a way through. Without the mist. That's different. Okay. No constant background noise, everything is very quiet. Alright. Oh, you got unlimited spears, do you? Lances. Come on. Yeah. I'm going to die! I'm dead. Yeah, that's part of of what I like about Dark Souls. You know how in most games you die, yeah, you're dead. Reload the save game or start back from the beginning of the level. Basically, that's it. You don't really have much to your avail. But in Dark Souls, they expect you to die. They expect you to die a lot. And like the whole mechanic of dropping your souls and having to basically stay alive to go and get your souls back is just a part of it, because there are some places, especially in Dark Souls 2, where you can only go if you're hollow, or you're not allowed to go into if you're hollow. You need to become human. They do a lot of playing around with the life and death mechanics, and they integrate death, which is usually, you know, a failure in most of their games. In this one, it's part of it. You are expected to die. So that's definitely one of the things I like about it. It's an exploration of a mechanic. Like, you know how you mentioned in Valley that they took movement, which is something you take for granted in a video game. You do. I mean, you move around in a video game. That's what you do. But they took that movement and they made an entire game about it. And it worked. It worked really, really well. Okay. Not saying this game is bug-free, because it isn't, by any means or measure. You just saw the sword go through that enemy and do nothing. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. I killed that one. The other ones aren't attacking. Huh. Okay. Alright. Not gonna go and kill them all just yet, but alright. Okay. I was not expecting that. I was expecting to basically be on my ass right now with spells coming from every direction. But yeah, this is good. Alright. Let's do this dance again. Come on, matey boy. I love this attack. It uses a lot of durability of this sword, but I love this attack. And that's actually one of the big issues with Dark Souls 2. Because in Dark Souls 1, the only way you had to repair your weapons was to go to a blacksmith. In Dark Souls 2, you only go to a blacksmith to repair if they're like completely broken, like you wore their durability all the way down. But their regular, like the standard durability, it drains so fast. So stupidly fast. Okay. I rolled right into that one, didn't I? Yeah. Oh, look at him. He's got Estus flasks too. Where did you come from? Okay, so there's another one to the right. Alright. Okay. Fair. It's not really fair, but, you know, that's Dark Souls for you. It's unapologetically hard. It really does not care. Oh yeah, when you die, since you go back to the bonfire, of course the weapon durability is restored. If it didn't, it would be kind of pointless, because you could just go to the bonfire again and, you know. Yes, I walk right into that one. It's not enough. Okay, Did she respawn? Yes, she did. Okay, so what is the deal with these robed figures? Is that an item? No. It's really hard to see in the mist. Yes. Well, there goes half my sword's durability just with those attacks. Gosh, dang it. I love this sword, but dang it. Okay. Let's heal just in case that dude. Come on. Yeah, you saw me. Come on. I missed. Okay, I dodged too early. Okay, he's got a bit of a pause before he does the second attack on that combo. So we learn. Yeah, there's the pause. Okay. So now let's try to not die to those two douchebags. So my souls, yes, they're right here. Okay, he's not coming. So, where did you come from? There. Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. That combo kills them. Neat. Revenge ahead. Oh, because of the, that's where the, and we have a frozen mimic! Okay, so remember, this chest here is a mimic. And we can't kill it on account of ice. Treasure? Yes, there is treasure, but we need to get rid of the ice first. Okay. Let's try again. Well, that hollow touched me, but I'll take it. I'll take it like a champ. It's locked. Of course it is. And there's a bonfire. Okay. So, we need a key. Or find a way to drop down. Although it says it's locked, so there's probably no other way to go there. But there's a bonfire there. That's useful. Or it would be, if we had the key. A thing. Okay. Oh, look. That's the other great thing about Dark Souls, is the world. It's part of the reason why people don't like Dark Souls 2, because the world of Dark Souls is really well built. There's a lot of great level design, and, well, you can see where it came from. Chances are, if you see like this magnificent structure off in the distance, if you just see mountains, yeah, that's probably safe to say it's just skybox. But if you see like major castle off in the distance, you probably get to go there at some point in the game. Which is really, really awesome. And we're back in the mist. There's a ballista. Several ballistas. I wonder if that Pharaoh's Lockstone wall at the end there triggers the ballistas and makes our life hell. Be wary of ghost. Oh, how about that? There are ghosts. The ghosts are the ones that fire the ballista. Right. I did see some flickering, but I did not think, you know, actual ghost. No? Okay. No ghost on this ballista. Thank you, message. And all of these people died fighting the ghost. Alright. Okay. Oh, that ballista's aiming this way. Alright. I see the ghost. Well, I did. For a moment. Where are you? There you are. It dodged. Okay. No, 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 no. We're not healing. What do you think this is? Can't use the Pharaoh's Lockstone because the door is frozen. Okay, get the second item. Souls. Souls are always good. And the genius mechanic that, when you look at it, you don't really think too much of it, at least I didn't, is, you know, these messages. It's like, oh, yeah, you can leave messages for other players. Okay. Yeah, why would you take away someone's enjoyment of the game? But when you have a game as hard and, you know, bullshit invisible enemies just ready to kill you, it's really nice to have this... It's not community, but you know what I mean. It's this way of letting players tell one another about the things that they found, and warning other players to maybe make their experience, well, slightly less sucky, not dying as much. Part of the mechanics as it is, you're still dying. It still resets you back to the bonfire. It's still annoying. And of course, enemies just jumping out at you. Yeah, this sword is almost gone. Ooh, hello. Try below. Sadness. Ah. Okay, so this opens that portion that had the elevator with the coffins in the way. Now we know that that's open. We can go back there if need be. I guess we're going to have to use a Nestus flask. I do have 11, so it's probably fine. Anything else here? Waiting to kill me? No? Okay. Alright. It's gonna break, isn't it? I need a bonfire. Do I have any repair powder left? I don't think so. I was helping other players, and while you help other players, if the other player defeats the boss, you get, it's like going to the bonfire and becoming human all at the same time, so it's all good. But if they don't, everything you used in their world is lost. So, same goes for durability. So if they die while fighting the boss, or you die while fighting their boss, it's... well... weapon's gonna stay broken, innit? Well... I do have others. Let's see... have the Dranglaic Greatsword, which is nowhere near as good. Macedon Greatsword is only good against people who are vulnerable to lightning. Well, that one is. Alright, we'll use the Dranglaic Greatsword and we'll replace the Majestic Greatsword with our Stamina Recovery Shield, because it's very good. Even if I don't use it, it stays on my back. And now I need to remember that I don't attack with the left, I attacked with the right bumper. Because this one, that's the thing about the Majestic Greatsword, is you only get those special moves if you use it in the left hand. Because Artorias had his left arm basically rendered useless by the Abyss. And so there was a bit of a curse associated with the sword, and everyone who ended up using it was left-handed. Help me? Is this a boss? Do we get to, like, the midway boss to... no? Oh, hello. We're making progress. Okay, there's definitely something to that tower. Question is, are we going to get attacked on the way there? Be wary of boss and short tongue. Okay, is there a boss? What's this door? Does not open from this side. Okay. Probably that's the way to the boss. Okay, let's see what's in the tower. Or the tower is the boss, I don't know. Oh well. We're gonna die. Oh, hello. We can see the ghosts. There's a ghost there. We couldn't see it before. Alright, alright. So that's what the Eye of the Priestess does. Alright, okay. Teeny tiny little game mechanics. And this is a DLC area. I got Scholar of the First Sin. I can't remember which bundle it was, but it, okay, hello. You're an NPC. Okie dokes. I forgot. I can actually use backstabs now, since we have the weapon in the right hand. Okay. Poise damage. Stagger everything. Anyway. That's one of the ghosts. Jumping ahead. No, don't jump ahead. Don't be that person. Don't put messages that say jumping ahead. Hope ahead. Yeah. And only hope, because there's nothing else here. I smell ghost. Skeptic spice. No, there's a fog wall. This is the boss. You can hear it shuffling around. We're so dead. Alright, let's die. It's not a boss. It's a bonfire! Check it out! We can use our badass sword again. Okay. Let's see. Shield. But yes. I got distracted again while I was talking about game mechanics, which I absolutely love. Video games as an art medium are, right now, kind of unique, because every other art medium You have the pure art mediums, like writing. Like a book without any pictures or anything, it's just a purely plot-driven art medium, right? It's all narrative, it's all story. There's nothing else to it. And that's fine, I'm not saying that's bad. And then you have painting. It is a painting. It's purely visual. It's what you see. It's what you interpret from what you see, but it's what you see. And then you have music, which is pure audio. Sure, you can make the argument that, oh yeah, no, music makes you feel things, and it gives you, you know, if you're someone who really enjoys music, but it is purely an audio thing. Video games, on the other hand, besides having the audio, the visuals, the narrative, they also have interaction. You are this character. You go around controlling what they do. It's... Fog wall ahead? No. There are two sorceresses and that guy at the end there. So, alright. Ow. Oh, hello. Run, 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 run. Bite me. Okay, he's dead. Where's the other one? You! Come back here. Okay. Right. Video games have interaction. It's an interactive art form. It allows you to control a character, to experience audio and visuals, and it combines basically everything else about art, and it builds on top of that, which is awesome. And that's why I love mechanics above everything else, because mechanics are the one thing that video games have that nothing else does. Yeah. Eat me. This is what makes this particular medium great, in my opinion. Sure. Choose your own adventure. It's still purely narrative. It's the interaction that you're given. Dark Spirit? Where? I heard that. The message said Dark Spirit and it had like 70 ratings, so... Are we about to have an Npc Invasion? A really fucked up one? No? No? Okay. Oh, yes we are. Alright. Come on down. Dark Knight? Dark Knight. Hello. Oh, is it one of those spirits that doesn't come to meet us? Okay. When you see a message pointed at another message saying liar ahead, don't believe that second message. Okay, we're going to get attacked from everywhere. Where is he? He's hiding behind the thing, isn't he? Hi. Yeah, you saw me. Come on down. Yeah. Shoot. Okay. That's 2. Where's the rest of them? Oh, the sorceress has moved, has she? Hello. Where is the dark spirit? It invaded. I saw the message. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure there are no items hidden behind the barrels. Oh, and yeah. One thing, or another game that Dark Souls also borrows from, is Zelda. The mechanics that Castlevania Symphony of the Night had, it's like, okay, an area's too hard, go somewhere else. Maybe you'll have better luck there. Oh, hello. Ah, you monstrous dick. Okay, it's an invisible knight. Right. Okay, that makes sense. Shouldn't have tried to fight it, should have gone back and healed, but okay, now we know. And we're back here with this sorceress. And we're going to have to go through this. Okay, that wind-up takes a little bit of time. Please lock on. Thank you. Okay, now I just let the poison do the rest of the work. Because if they're going to try and lure me into a trap, I don't care. Hi. Okay. Let's do some first personing. Oh, 3 arrows are enough to trigger the poison on those. Alright. Do you die? You die. Neat. Let's see. Hello? You're not going to come? Alright. Yeah. That was being a big dummy. Hold on. Oh, those are poisonable too. Neat. Okay. Sorry, not sorry. There's going to be an NPC invader, and I want to kill it. So... Alright. How about you? Come on. Okay. I win. Oh, hello. Yeah, there's the other one. Yeah, I forgot about you. Tactical heal. Frickin' doorway. Okay. That's that. Wait. Does the knight... Is that what it's what the message was trying to say? The knight spawns down there and then starts running to you from down here. I heard him. Where are you? gone. No? Okay, he's probably run upstairs now. Alright. You. Yes, you. Come here. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. And I lost all my souls because I didn't make it to, yeah. Well, that was only like 100,000 souls. I can make that back easily. It's just annoying. Alright, one more attempt. And then I'm done with my Heresy. Next week we will have a proper Linux game. I don't know which one yet, but we will have one. That guy does up there. Well, no matter. Okay. And now, while she dies, we go human. There we go. It's a bit disorienting, this first-person view. Alright. Nope. Stuck in a doorway. Stuck in a doorway. This does it. Okay. Now... Whoa! Good dodge. Stop wriggling. 3 arrows and 1 more for good luck. Come on. Do your little spell. See what happens. He died. Okay, can I hit you in that bit you have sticking out there? Yes, I can. But of course the other one also comes, so... Wait. Oh! Hold on. I gotta get my shield. There we go. I am being a dummy. Just use the regular attacks, don't get fancy. That's fine. Alright. But there is one criticism which I can level at Dark Souls, which is also part of, you know, the thing that makes it great, I guess. All that talk of dying being part of the game mechanics, and he didn't spawn yet. Dying being part of the game mechanics, and respawning at the bonfire, so you have to basically run back and fight your items. Where are you spawning? Not here. Okay, so definitely not spawning there. Alright. I don't think that gave him enough time to. Okay. It can get a bit repetitious. It can get a bit grindy. But in that, Dark Souls 2 improved over the first Dark Souls as well. Because... let's say you're having trouble with an area. You can kill the basic enemies, but there's like one really annoying enemy that you can't kill, and they keep handing your ass to you. How was that? How did that hit me? Don't backstab away from me. Okay. There's that one enemy that keeps giving you trouble, but you can kill the rest of them fairly easily. Well, in the first Dark Souls, everything respawned. Like, no quarter given, nothing. It's just, oh, you went to the bonfire, everything respawns. You died, everything respawns. But in Dark Souls 2, after you kill an enemy, unless you're part of a specific covenant, after you kill an enemy a given number of times, they stop respawning. Hold up. Now, I don't think I fixed my ring that prevents backstabs. Is it still broken? Yes, it's still broken. Dang it! Isn't there one that prevents critical hits? Gain surprises, but take increased damage. Okay, that's... no? Gradually restores. Okay. No. Faith. Petrification, curse, equipment, poison, dark, lightning, fire, magic, physical defense. God damn it. I had a ring. I think I had a ring that prevented, son of a bitch still managed to backstab me. And I bumped into him too. Okay, let's not use that in this tight corridor. Unique! God damn. See, that NPC is giving me issues. So, if I keep doing this, eventually those enemies will stop spawning on the way here. And come on, I gotta do it. I have to, right? For my own sake. Okay. Being methodical has helped thus far, so let's keep that up. And don't stay within eyesight of the other one. Alright. Frickin' night. It's not a very knightly thing to do, being invisible. Okay. You did. And you. Okay, so the other one triggers when we trigger the one that's hiding behind the ice there. We know that. Let's just get a bit of that HP we lost back. And now let's boop that snoot. Yeah, man. Yeah, okay. Be like that. I know, I took some damage, but that's fine. We can recover all of it. With our miracles. Okay, Mr. Knight. You're going to spawn again, because I haven't killed you yet. You ginormous dick. Being all invisible and shit. Okay. Come on. Yeah. Okay, don't try to be fancy. They're vulnerable on the stairs. Well, if they put their frickin' shield down. Okay. That's them too. Now the sorceress. Right. Round 3. Let's fail miserably. Now, it's when we go here, right? Okay, I'd rather not fight you in this corridor, so follow me, please. Follow me. And let's have a proper fight. Okay, yes, that was my bad. I'm gonna heal. Just in the off chance. Come on. Yeah! Alright, that feels good. You know, that feels good. Giant? Yes, those are giants. But hey, we did it. Just in time, too. Let's see what my character looks like all hollowed up. That's what he looks like. Alright. That puts us at about an hour. And I would like to thank you all very, very much for watching me. And if you have any suggestions for what game, what I should play next week, I am open. No promises to, you know, no promises that I'll actually play that game, but it's a possibility. It's a thing that could happen, so let me know. And if you enjoyed this, Everspace, of course, yes. That's a very good suggestion, Arthur. I've actually haven't played that game much at all since you were so kind to gift it to me. 10 silver talismans. That's it. That's all we get from the chest that the knight kept killing us over. Whatever. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, please do let us know, and you know, just drop by linuxgamecast.com. Let us know what you think of these weekly streams. Let us know if you have any suggestions, improvements, hints, thoughts, allegations, things better left unsaid. And I'm pretty sure that's a boss gate. But this is me. My name's Pedro Mateos. It was a pleasure to have you all here, and I will see you all tomorrow for that Linux Weekly Daily Wednesdays What We Do. Bye.